Yeah, hello everyone. Is my voice audible, guys?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. So I have pasted course curriculum plus I have pasted the GitHub link, guys, on the chat. So on that GitHub link, you will be able to access all the paint files and all the codes that we are going to do in our sessions. So if I click on that second link, now you will directly land on this particular page. Now here, if you see, I have added session 1 and session 2. If you just double click on that, you will find the paint file of session 1. And if you click on session 2, you can go back and you can click on session 2. So you will find all the files that we have created in last session, and whatever code we have written, you can access that. Plus, you will be able to access your paint file as well. So if you want to download this, then what you can do, just here you have a code option. One drop down button is there in the green color. Just click on that, and here you will get a download option. If you just click on that download option, all these folders will be downloaded in your system. So from now, after our class, all the files and paint files I will update on this repository only. So save this link and keep with you. Whenever you want any kind of notes that we have done in our sessions, you can get from here. Okay. And first link is your course curriculum. So what we are going to cover in our React batch, all those I have updated here. Okay, apart from this, I will be sharing some videos as well, which are related to React, which will be related to JavaScript. Okay, that topics I did not mention, but yeah, apart from this, you are going to learn little bit more about React and a little bit more about JavaScript as well. For example, promises concept. Now here, I did not mention that I will teach promises concept, but I will share one video on the promises, which will be nearly 1 hour or 1.5 hours kind of content. Like this, multiple videos I will share with you so that whenever you get a time, you guys can watch those videos. Okay, that is completely extra things apart from our course. Yeah. So let's start our session. So in last session, what did we discuss? Have you guys remembered? In the last session, what did we discuss? Anybody remember?
In HTML, we will rewrite the code, whereas in JavaScript, we can reuse the code.
Nice.
And React.js, it will overcome the disadvantages of both HTML and JavaScript.
JavaScript. So basically, we started our discussion how to create user interface with HTML. So we have seen two examples, right? We have created one button and we have created list. And in the same way, we have seen how to create user interface, same user interface with JavaScript. How to create UI with JavaScript. UI means user interface. So in JavaScript also we have created one button and we have created one list. Then we analyzed what are the problems we are encountering with HTML and what are the advantage we have with HTML. In the same way, what are the problems we have with JavaScript and what are the advantage we have with the JavaScript. So by analyzing those things, we just came 2 points, right? There are 2 points which we have analyzed between HTML and JavaScript. So for HTML, the first point was creating UI was very easy. Creating the UI in HTML is easy. But the drawback is we cannot reuse it. We cannot reuse the UI in the HTML. Suppose whatever UI you have created and that same UI you want at multiple places. Then in that case, we cannot reuse it. We have to rewrite same code if you want same UI. So this was the problem with the HTML. But that problem we have overcome in JavaScript. So in JavaScript, we can reuse the UI. But the problem with JavaScript was we problem with the JavaScript was creating UI is a complex process. It's very complex to create UI in JavaScript. But once you create that UI, you can reuse that UI as many times as you want. With HTML, creating UI is easy. It's simple and easy, but we cannot reuse it. We cannot reuse it. So to overcome this problem, now we are moving towards React. Now, in React, creating UI is very easy. Plus, you can reuse the UI as well. So in React, creating UI is as simple as HTML. So how simple it is in HTML to create UI? In the same way, you will find very simple way to create UI in React as well. So creating UI is as simple as HTML, as simple as in HTML. Second, we can reuse the UI also. We can reuse the UI like JavaScript, like JavaScript. These are the advantages what we are going to get in the React. Now we have to practically see this advantage. Practically, we have to understand this advantage. So for this, in today's session, what we will do, let's create one simple button in React. Okay. The first, what we are going to do here is create a simple button using React. So let's see how to create one simple button using React.js. Now, if you want to create a simple button using React, you have to follow some steps. Okay. So let me document each and every step because this is our first example. So the first step, what you guys have to do is, first step is create a HTML file. The first step, what we have to do is, we have to create one HTML file. Create HTML file. So how to create HTML file, everybody knows. So I'm just going to VS Code. Already there is some folder opened here. There is no files in this folder. So in this folder, I am creating one HTML file. I will say React button .html. I have created one HTML file. Second step, what you have to do, second step is add a basic code of HTML. Add basic code of HTML. Basic code of HTML means just you have to add the skeleton of your HTML. Like you have to start with doc type, adding HTML tag, adding head section. Inside this, I will add one title tag. I will say that button in React. And simply adding my body tag. Body tag. And inside this body tag, yeah, that's it. Just keep this much. This is the basic code of your HTML. Just we have added our basic code of our HTML. This is the second step. What is the third step? Third step is add script tag. Add one script tag inside your body tag. Third step is add script tag. Script tag inside the body tag. Inside the body tag. So that we can write React code. We can write React code. So where we can write our React code in HTML document means inside the script tag. Inside the script tag. Now this is your HTML document. Now inside this HTML document, if you want to write React code, then inside this body section, we have to add one script tag. This is the script tag. Inside this script tag, here we will write React code. React code. So inside your HTML document where we have to write React code means inside the script tag, inside the script tag. So I will take the screenshot of this as well and I will paste it. Now this is the first example, so I am just documenting it so that whenever you guys practice, it will be easy for you. Okay, 3 steps are done. Very simple steps. First, create HTML file, then add basic code of your HTML, then add a script tag inside the body tag. So here we have added our script tag inside the body tag. Now fourth step. Fourth step is very, very important. Integrate React with HTML document. Integrate React JS with HTML document. With HTML document. We have to integrate React with HTML document. Now, why we have to integrate React with HTML document? Let's try to understand. Have you guys remembered what is React? Have you guys remembered what is React? The definition of React?
Library.
Yes, React is a JavaScript library. JavaScript library. What is the meaning of library? What is the meaning of library? Or what is library?
Collection of predefined
Is a predefined function, classes or objects.
Nice. So library is a collection of predefined. It is a collection of predefined functions, right? Or classes or object, some object. This is what we have understood. So basically what this React.js people did, they created one JavaScript file. They created one JavaScript file. And in this JavaScript file, they created lot of functions. They created lot of functions. Let's assume that they have created functions like F1, F2, F3. Created function means they written some logic in those functions. Like this, they have created some classes also. For example, C1, C2, C3. And all these functions and classes, they have kept inside one object. Inside one object. So they have created one object like this. React equals to one object. In that object, they have added all this function. Like this, they have created lot of functions, lot of classes, lot of objects inside this JavaScript file. And the name of this file, they have given like, the name of this file is react.development.js. They have given some name to that file. So basically it is a simple JavaScript file in which they have created lot of functions, lot of classes, lot of objects. Now I have HTML file. I have one HTML file. This is my HTML file. Something called react_button.html. Now in this HTML file, I want to use one of the function or one of the class or one of the object of this particular JavaScript file. My requirement is, let's assume that this F1 function I want to use in my HTML file. So how can I use this F1 function in my HTML file? Now this function is present in this JavaScript file. This is my HTML file. How can I use this function inside my file? How can I use a
using script tag?
For that, what we have to do, first of all, we have to connect this JavaScript file with our HTML file. How can we connect our JavaScript file with our HTML file? For that, we use script tag, right? We use script tag. And to this script tag, we add src attribute. And inside this src attribute, we are going to pass the location or path of our JavaScript file, path of JS file, path of JS file. This is what we are going to do. And this is what you guys have done in your JavaScript. So if you create a separate JavaScript file, and if you want to connect that JavaScript file with your HTML document, what you do inside your HTML document, you use a script tag and you will add src attribute. And to that src attribute, you add the path of your JavaScript file. Same thing here also we have to do. And this process we call as a integration of React with HTML. This process we call as a integration of React with HTML. So the fourth step, what we have to do is we have to integrate React.js with HTML document. Already we created our HTML document. So inside the head section, I will add one script tag. I will add one src attribute. Now tell me, inside this src attribute, what I need to add? What I should add here?
Path of the JavaScript file.
Path of the JavaScript file. Now, who created this JavaScript file? React people created. So React knows where they have kept this file. Suppose if we create JavaScript file, we know where is that file. So we can give that path. But now this file is created by React people. So they knows where they kept this file. So what this React people did, they kept this file somewhere on the internet. And they are giving us the path or the address of this file. So where to get the address of this file? For that, you have to go to the official documentation of React. So go to that old official documentation of React. That is legacy.reactjs.org. This is the old documentation. Whenever you enter this URL, you will land on their official documentation. Now, there is a docs link. There is a link called docs here. Click on that link. The moment you click on that link, you will land on this get started page. Now, on the right side, you will find some links here. So click on this CDN link. There is something called CDN link. Click on that CDN link. The moment you click on that CDN link, here you will find something called CDN. Now scroll down little bit. And here you will find some script tag. Copy the first link. Just copy this first link. Copy this first link and paste inside your src. That's it. This is the integration of React with your HTML document. See, the name of the file is react.development.js. Now, this is a JavaScript file in which you will find lot of functions, lot of classes. There are some objects in that. Now, we can use all those functions. We can use all those classes. We can use all those objects. This is a simple React file. Let me show you the same process one more time. Let me close all this. Now, if you want to integrate your React with HTML, what you have to do? First, you have to open the browser. Then in your address bar, add the URL like legacy.reactjs.org. Whenever you add this URL, you will land on the official documentation of React. Then there is an option called docs here. Click on this docs. The moment you click on docs, you will land on this getting started page. Now on the right side, you will find some links. Click on this first link, that is CDN link. The moment you click on this link, you will find here CDN links. Simply scroll down, copy the first link. Copy the first link. Where you have to copy and paste inside your src. That's it. This is the integration of your React with HTML. With your HTML. This is what we have to do, our fourth step. Fourth step. Everything we are learning step by step, and that too completely from basics. Completely from basics. So we are starting from completely scratch. Slowly, slowly things will change. Slowly, slowly things will change. And at the end, we will come to a point where we will be doing all those things that people are doing in the real time. Okay, right now in real time, we don't create like this React application, but this is the basic. If you understand this part, then only you will understand how people are working in real time. If I directly start how people are working in real time, you will just get confused. Like why this many folders, why this many files, how it is working, everything you will get confused. That's why step by step, we are going. So right now you just focus on what I am teaching. You just check yourself whether you are understanding whatever I am teaching or not. So slowly, slowly, things will come to know. Okay. So the first step is creating file. Second step is adding basic code of your HTML. Third step is add one simple script tag inside the body section. Fourth step is you have to integrate React.js with HTML document. So to integrate that, we have to simply add one script tag inside our head section. And to that script tag, we have to add src attribute. And to that src attribute, we have to assign the path of our React file. Nothing but react.development.js file. This is what we have to do. And it should be in the head section. So let me just add this entire screenshot. Entire screenshot. So this is what we have done the integration right now. Okay, now we have to write our React code. So before that, let's understand few more things. Now tell me, in HTML, suppose if you want to create user interface with HTML, then what this HTML is providing to us? What this HTML is providing to us? What HTML is providing to us to create user interface? Suppose I want to create one button. Yeah, now what HTML is providing? HTML is providing us HTML elements.
Element.
Elements
Right?
and tags.
Elements and tags. So using these elements and tags, we can create our UI. Basically UI components like button, text boxes, radio buttons, like this, you can create UI components. In the same way, using JavaScript, if you want to create UI components, or if you want to create user interface, then what this JavaScript is providing to us? What JavaScript is providing to us? It is providing us predefined object and functions, using which we can create DOM elements. And then those DOM elements we have to add inside the DOM. Then your user interface will be created. This is what the process we have followed with the JavaScript. If you remember, we have used document.createElement. Document is object, create element is a function. Using that document.createElement, we created one DOM element. Then that DOM element we have added in the DOM. Then your user interface was created. Now, in the same way, if you want to create user interface with React, then React is also providing us a predefined object and functions. Object, functions, classes, like this React is providing to us. Using this object and function, we will create something called React element. React element. And this React element, we have to add in the DOM. So we have to add in the DOM. Then your user interface will be created. then your user interface will be created. This is the core way of creating user interface with React. So even React is providing predefined object and functions. Now, where are these object and functions? These object and functions are present inside this file, which we have integrated. Now we can access this object and function, and we can create something called React element. Now this React element is nothing but it's very similar to your DOM element. So DOM element are object type, React elements are also object type. Now this React elements we have to add in the DOM. Then you will be able to see your user interface. You will be able to see your user interface. So the fifth step is create React element. Fifth step is create React element. Now, how to create a React element? To create a React element, React is providing us one predefined object called React. There is an object called React. In that object, there is a function called create element. Create element. So we have to access this object React. From that object, we have to access create element function. Now this function is going to take 3 arguments. This function will take 3 arguments. The first argument is you have to pass the tag name. Which element you want to create, that element tag name you have to pass in this string format. In this string format, you have to pass the tag name. Second argument is one object. What is the use of that object? I will tell you. Second argument, you have to pass one object. Third argument, you have to pass something called children. Children means whatever you will add in between opening tag and closing tag, that is called children. Something in between opening tag and closing tag is called as a children. For example, this is my HTML document, right? Now this is my HTML tag. It is a opening tag. It is a closing tag. Now in between this opening tag and closing tag, whatever you have, all these are called children. All these are called children of this HTML element. In the same way, now this is your head section. Now your head section is starting here. Your head section is ending here. So for head section, this everything is a children. In the same way, this is title tag. It is starting here. It is ending here. So for title tag, this content is a children. So what are children's? Children's are something which is in between opening tag and closing tag. Children's can be like this normal content, or children's can be like this multiple HTML elements. Children's can be content, or children's can be HTML elements also. So for HTML, for this HTML tag, all these are children's. For head tag, these are the children's, title and script. For title, this content is a children. This content is a children. So to this react.create element, we have to pass 3 arguments. The first argument is tag name. Second argument is object. Now, what is the use of this object? I will tell you in the next example. Third argument is children. So if you are creating one element, what you want in between that opening tag and closing tag, that part we have to add in this third argument. Now, whenever you call this create element, and if you pass this argument, internally this line will create one React element. It will create one React element, and it will return that React element. If it is returning that React element, we have to hold in one variable. We have to hold in one variable. We have to hold in one variable. Just here, we have to hold like this inside one variable. Now this line is going to return React element for us. Okay, let's try this part. Let's try this part now. So let me just add a box to it. Let's create practically now this line. So what you have to do, simply inside your script tag, directly you can access React object now. In this, there is a function called create element. So simply you have to call that create element. Now this line is going to return something. So we can hold that something in one variable. I will say here button React element. My requirement was to create button. So now this entire line is going to return one React button element. So that React button element I am holding in one variable. Now to this create element, we have to pass 3 arguments. The first argument is tag name. So for our button element, what is the tag name? The tag name is button only. So just pass button. Second argument, you have to pass empty object. You can pass like this right now, empty object. What is the use of that second argument? I will tell you. And in between this opening tag and closing tag of button, what you want to add? I want to add a content like React button. React button. The moment this line gets executed, internally one button is created. One button is created. And in that opening tag and closing tag, this content is added. The third argument, whatever you have passed, that content is added. That content is added. So the first argument is tag name. Second argument is object. So what is the use of this second argument? We will discuss in next example. Third argument is children. Children means whatever you want to add in between opening tag and closing tag. I want to add this content. So that content I have passed. Now what this function will do? This function will create one React element and it will return that React element. So we are holding this React element. So what we did right now, this React is providing us some predefined object and function. Using those object and function, right now we created one React element. React element. Now this React element, we have to add in the DOM. We have to add in the DOM. How to add React elements in the DOM? Okay. So before that, let me just add this screenshot here. I will copy this screenshot and I will add here. Now, sixth step is add React elements inside the DOM. Add React element inside the DOM. Now, to add React element inside the DOM, we have to take the help of another library. And the library name is React DOM. So React DOM is a library which is used to add React elements inside the DOM. Now, if you want to add React elements inside the DOM, you have to take the help of another library. And the name of that library is React DOM. So React DOM is a library which is used to add React elements inside the DOM. So If you want to add React elements inside the DOM, now you have to integrate. You have to integrate React DOM with your HTML document. Integrate React DOM with HTML document. How to integrate? Same process. We have to follow same process. What is that process? You have to go back to your HTML document. After this script tag, add one more script tag. Add src attribute. Now here we want the path of React DOM file. We want the path of React DOM file. So from where we can get that path? Again, for that, you can go to your official documentation. Same link. Copy the next link of this script tag. Copy the next link and paste that inside this src. This is the integration of React DOM with your HTML document. See the file name react-dom .development.js. So at same place you will find that link in the next script tag. This is your sixth step. So integrate React DOM with your HTML document. So this is how we integrate it.
And that means it's a two different library in the JavaScript.
Yes, these are two different libraries. That's why if you remember, I said only with React we cannot do anything. With React only we can create user interface. We created button, but now that button, if you want to show on this screen, you have to add in the DOM. React says that I don't know how to add that button in the DOM. I know how to create button. That's it. Because I am a library. Library will do only one thing at a time. So React DOM is a library, React is library. What React will do, it will create elements. What React DOM will do, it will just add the elements in the DOM. So this is what your libraries are. Okay. So now what we have done, we have just integrated our React DOM. We have just integrated our React DOM with our HTML document. So I will just take the screenshot of this one. I will add here. So first time it looks very big process, but the same example, if you do 3-4 times, it will become very, very easy for us. So integrate React DOM with HTML document. Now this React DOM is providing us one function called render. And that function is present inside one object called React DOM. So we have to use React DOM dot render function. Now from where this object and this function is coming? From this file, React DOM dot development.js. So using this React DOM dot render, we can add our React element inside the DOM. How to add? So this render is going to take two arguments. The first argument is your React element. Second argument is where you want to add your React element. That element reference it will take. So DOM element reference it will take. In your DOM, where you want to add your React element, that DOM element reference you have to pass here. That's it. So what we have to do here is, after creating our React element now, here we have to say React DOM dot render. Okay, remember here, whenever you are writing React DOM, React first letter will be in the uppercase, remaining all will be in the lowercase. And when it comes to DOM, all these letters are in the uppercase. Exactly, we have to write like this only. React DOM dot render. Now to this render, the first argument we have to pass is React element. So we are storing our React element inside this variable. So directly pass that variable as a first argument, comma. Second argument is your DOM element reference, exactly where you want to add. So I want to add my React element exactly inside this body only. Here I want to add inside this body. So we have to provide second argument as a reference of this body. How to provide the reference of this body? For that, you can assign one ID to this body. Whatever value you want, you can do it. And then simply you have to use your JavaScript knowledge. That is document dot get element by ID of body. So this is the reference of your DOM element. That is body DOM element. So basically we are saying that render, you take my React element and add inside this body. So basically we are telling to this React DOM that using this render function, take this React element and add inside this body. Add inside this body. So the moment I save it, and if I load this document in my browser, your button will be created. Now see, button is created. So exactly where we have added this button is added inside your body. And how this button is created? This button is created using React now. It is not created using JavaScript, or it is not created using HTML. It is created using your React. Now see, for this we have followed this much process. So what we did, first we created one HTML file, added basic code of HTML, added script tag inside the body tag, integrated React with HTML document by adding that script tag inside the head section. Then we created React element, then added React element inside the DOM with the help of React DOM. So now I can take the screenshot of this one and I can add here. I can add here. So this many steps we have followed just to create one simple button. Okay, let me show one simple example how to create H2. Okay, let me close this. I want to create one H2 element in React. So React h2.html. First step is create your HTML file. Then add the basic code. Basic code means add your doc type, add your HTML tag, add your head tag, add your body tag. Second step. Third step is you have to add a script tag. Added script tag. Fourth step is we have to integrate React with our HTML document. So for that, take script tag, add src attribute and paste that link here. So from where we will get that link? From the official documentation. So copy this first link. And add here. Now, next step is create React element. How to create React element? For that, we have to use React dot create element. Create element function. Now this line is going to return one React element. So that React element we will hold in one variable. I will say h2 React element. This is just a variable name. Whatever you want, you can take it. But this function name and object name as it is, we have to take. Now from where this function is coming? From this file it is coming. From where this object is coming? From this file it is coming. So if you don't integrate, then you cannot use this one. Now which element you want to create? I want to create h2. So just pass the tag name, that is h2. Second argument, pass empty object. Right now blindly pass empty object. Third argument, what you want in between this h2. What you want in between that opening tag and closing tag. I want some content. So here I will add some content like React looks complex. React looks complex. Something I have added. Now what this line will do, it will create one h2. In that h2, it will add this content and it will return that React element. Now this React element we wanted to show on the screen. If you want to show this React element, that is h2 on the screen, you have to load in the DOM. How to load in the DOM? For that we require React DOM. So again, first integrate React DOM. So take script tag, add src attribute and integrate React DOM. So for that, copy the next link and paste here. Now we have integrated our React DOM. Now React DOM is providing us one function called render. Now what you want to add? This h2 element. Where you want to add? Inside this body. So if you want, you can give ID, or else you can use your JavaScript functions like document.querySelector as well. And you can pass your body tag name. Basically, you have to give the reference of this element. So what this render will do, it will take this h2 React element, it will add inside this body element. Now save it. Now if I just load this document in my browser, see, one h2 is created. One h2 is created. So for every example, you have to follow some steps. What are those steps? First, create one HTML file. After that, add basic code. Then you have to integrate. You have to integrate both React.js and React DOM. So what we can do, directly inside this header section, we can add this both script tag. That's it. Now these are the steps which we have to follow for each and every file. So what we can do, this part we can create like a template. We can just create in one file like a template. So this is the template of our React. This is a simple template of our React. Now from now, whenever you want to create any element, so simply we will create list.html, one file, and we will copy this template and we will paste here. And we will simply focus on our code. How to create React element. We will only focus on that. No need to write all these things in each and every file. So just we created one template file. In that we have added all that. Whenever we want to create a new file, we will copy this template, we will paste it. And here we will write the code to create our React elements. So by seeing this process, do you feel that creating user interface with React is easy or complex? By seeing this process, what is your experience? Creating UI in React is simple or complex? Like what you are feeling, you tell that. There is no right or wrong answer here. I just wanted to know your view. You feel it is a simple or you are feeling it is a complex?
For now, I feel it is simple, but like going ahead, when we create the front end screen on a large scale, then I think we might become tough.
It become complex, right? So if I compare HTML and React, which looks easy? Creating button in HTML is easy or creating button in React is easy?
HTML is easy.
HTML, sir.
Still we
Yeah,
feel HTML is easy, right? Now
Yes.
this process look like a JavaScript process only. Just we are changing function names. Apart from that, everything looks like a JavaScript process only. Right? This is what everybody started feeling. So everybody started feeling creating UI in React is complex. It is not easy. It looks very similar to JavaScript. It looks very similar to JavaScript. Now, this is where another concept came into picture, something called JSX. Now, what React is saying, I understood your problem. Creating React elements are little complicated. So instead of that, let's do one thing. As a React developer, you create something called JSX element. Something called JSX element. So JSX stands for JavaScript and XML. As a React developer, you create JSX element. Now this JSX element will be converted into React elements. Now who will convert this JSX element into React elements? For that, there is a compiler called Babel. So we have to use Babel compiler to convert JSX elements into React elements. Once those are converted, then this React elements we have to give to the React DOM. And once you give these React elements to the React DOM will add those elements inside the DOM. And finally, your UI will be created. Now, as a developer, instead of creating React elements directly, we will create JSX elements. And JSX elements are 95% similar to your HTML. They are 95% similar to your HTML. How means? For example, in HTML, if I want to create H2, so simply we use like this H2 tag, and we add some content, we close this H2 tag. If I want to create button, we use button tag, we add some content, and we close our button tag. Now same H2 and button if I want to create, in JSX, then what we do, in JSX, we create one variable var H2, and to that variable we assign one tag. And whatever tag we are assigning, this tag, whatever we are assigning to this H2, now this is not HTML element, this is JSX element. If I want to create one button, I will create like this button. Now see, if you compare this JSX and HTML, it looks very, 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 very similar. It looks very, 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 very similar. So this is how we create H2 in HTML. This is how we create H2 in JSX. This is how we create button in HTML. This is how we create button in JSX. Now, due to JSX, creating user interface in React became very, 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 very easy. So how to work with this JSX? What is this JSX? Everything we will explore in tomorrow's session. So right now we have seen the core way of creating the user interface with React. That is using React element. We will see one more example. We will create list also. Then you will understand the complexness with the React elements. Then same thing we will do with JSX. Then you will understand the difference. Then you will say creating user interface with React is very, very easy like HTML. That impression we are going to get the moment you understand how to work with JSX. Okay, so in tomorrow's session, first let's create one list using your React element approach. Then let's create same button, same H2 and same list with JSX. Then let's try to understand the difference. Let's understand the difference. Then we will come to know that creating UI in React is very, very easy. Now, once you get familiar with creating the UI with React, then next we will focus on next point. That is how to reuse our UI. How React is going to help us to reuse the UI. So that part we will focus. Okay. So after going home, make sure you are practicing this one. So I will push this paint file and this code in our GitHub, which I have shared with you. Okay, I will share one more time that GitHub with you guys. So I will push this paint file and this code in our GitHub. So from that GitHub, you guys will be able to access it. So just practice how to create React elements. Practice multiple times.
How can we get the recording links?
Recording links you will get from the admin. Okay, just connect with them. They will help you with the recording links. So see here, I will update my code. Okay, so just give me 2 minutes. I will update right now. Okay, just I have used 3 commands. Now code will be updated here. Now see, right now we have only 2 folders. The moment I refresh, I got 3 folders. Now if I just double click, you will find all the files that I have created in today's session with paint file. Okay, already it's updated. You guys can download it and you can practice it. Okay, right now recordings of the sessions you will get from admin. Okay. So just connect with the admin. They will provide you the recordings of all the 3 sessions that we have conducted till now. For React sessions, recording, just connect with admin people. They will help you out. Okay. So remember guys, we are learning step by step. We are learning step by step. So many things are going to change. And we are going to make our application development process very, 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 very simple. So you guys are initial stage. So first time, whenever you learn any concept, you feel little complex. But the moment we do the same example multiple times, it becomes very, very easy for us. So practice is very, very important, guys. Okay. So I want everybody to do the practice on the
Hello, sir.
same day itself.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, can you please show that React H2.html output on browser? I have not seen that.
This one. This is our React H2, right?
Yes, sir. And
Load this in.
list also.
This is list I did not
Okay.
create yet. Okay. List we will
Okay, sir.
create in tomorrow's session.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right now I did not add any code yet.
Sir,
Okay.
here, why are we passing body in the query selector?
Which one? This
React
one?
down dot
Yeah,
render,
so basically we are saying that this React element we have to add inside this body. So
Okay.
exactly where you want to add that element reference you have to pass.
Okay.
Okay. In last example, I have taken ID. So I have used document.getElement by ID. Here I am using tag name directly, this tag name. For that, I have used document.querySelector. Okay.
Sorry.
This is the concept of JavaScript, JavaScript DOM concept.
If you are adding more than one element, do you want to add
Yeah,
number of
we
lines?
will see. Yes, that we will see. How to add more than one element. All those things we will see. Okay. So right now we are seeing how to add one element. In tomorrow's session, we will see how to add 2 elements. How to add more than 2 elements. How things will change. What is the use of this second argument? All those things we will discuss.
Tomorrow is Saturday, right? Do we have React class?
Tomorrow we have session. Only for this Saturday we have the session. From next Saturday, we will not have any session. Okay. So as of now, demos are going on, right? So we will have a session tomorrow, guys.
People who are coming from UI full stack batch tomorrow, we need to attend the React or any other thing.
Yeah. Right now you have to attend this demo, React demo session. Okay. Yeah, that's all, guys. So let's meet tomorrow and let's understand few more things. Again, tomorrow's session is also very, very important because tomorrow's session will be like a base for our entire batch now. So tomorrow we are going to learn the base of our course. So that JSX concept is very, very, very important because that JSX concept we will be using throughout our course from tomorrow. Yeah, guys, if you don't have any doubts, you can drop. Anil, WhatsApp group is not yet created. It will be created once our batch get freezed. Okay, once you guys done the payment, then those people will add your numbers in the WhatsApp group. Okay, admin people will take care of doing all those things.